Welcome to the Bellefleur Tire Shop Grand Falls Rapids post-game show. Joined by Rapids captain Jonah Laird here just in a moment. What a crazy game this was. A 5-4 loss for the Grand Falls Rapids on what was a high-pressured game. Joined here by Jonah Laird. Jonah, welcome. Got to say, first off, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to first off ask you, earlier this week you got named captain. It is a huge honor, obviously, on this team. What does that mean to you to wear the C on such a prestigious team?
Yeah, obviously it was a huge honor, and I'm looking forward to it and see what I can do to help the team.
Obviously tonight it was a very close, very tough loss, but there were moments where the team shone bright in this game. Just overall, give us your assessment of how this game went.
Yeah, I mean, we got off to a good start there. I feel like we were going in offensively, and then it kind of came back against us, and then we started to pick it up in the third, and obviously we got unlucky with officiating there, and that's going to happen. So,
and what is a very tough week ahead. Obviously, you've got Summerside coming up, then Campbellton after that, and a couple of other games after that. How do you mentally prepare for those games going into what's going to be surely some tough matchups?
Yeah, it's obviously all tough games now, and they all mean a lot in the standings to us. And the road's tough, but we're good for it, and the boys know what they're doing, so we'll be good to go.
Now, you've been in Grand Falls for a couple of seasons now so far. You've seen how the community gets involved, and you've seen how much this team means to the town. What does it mean to you to be able to put on that green and white every time you go out on the ice?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously an honor. I love playing here, and the community's great, and the support we get, and I love coaching staff. Everything's a great thing here, so I love it.
And, of course, the fans, obviously behind you guys 24/7, no matter what. They're making noise tonight. They were making noise quite often this season. How important is their support to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. Coming in every night, the boys, the support of the fans, the sound, it obviously helps us hugely out there, and it's good. Keep bringing it.
And there we go. Thank you very much for taking the time to do this there, Jonah, and good luck in the next couple of games.
Thank you very much.
All right, so that was Grand Falls Rapids captain Jonah Laird. Got named captain earlier this week, and such a great choice in leadership. I think one of the best and brightest on this team, absolutely. So we have quite a bit to break down on this episode of the Bellefleur Tire Shop Grand Falls Rapids post-game show. It was what we expected it to be, a hard-fought, kind of scary in some parts game. And an interdivision rivalry that, of course, is nothing short of an amazing game, to say the least. So we'll start this game off a little bit from the first period. So Pictou strikes first off of a beautiful goal from Preston Pattengale. I have to give him credit for that one. It was a really nice goal. They opened up the scoring. Luckily, it was not within the first 5 minutes, so they managed to thwart off that curse. 4 minutes later, at the 10-minute mark, Nick Brennan blasts a pass home from Nathan Rhodes, tying this game, and it's starting to look a little bit different. They had a little bit of a sloppy start, but then they picked it up and started to really go to work. Brennan gets his fifth of the season, rather, to put the Rapids on the board, tying this game up in what was a high-pressured situation. Minutes later, not even, Raphael Denis puts the Rapids up on the power play. And this one is suddenly starting to look like a whole different game altogether. Raphael Denis with his fifth of the season as well. And then it starts to take a little bit of a turn. Alex Christmas, they would trade punches again. Alex Christmas gets the game back for the Crushers. And this was a very back and forth, physical, incredibly intense game from start to finish. You saw the checks were hard. You saw everything that was going on the ice, not from goals, from penalties, from anything from plays. There was so much in this game. So fast forward a little bit here, and a little bit of a scary situation that unfolds here. It was a nasty hit from Jack Brown on Brennan O'Donnell, and he went down in what was a very scary hit, to say the least. Everybody in attendance was looking on, and I'm very, very happy that he's all right, but that was just one that you don't want to be on either side of, receiving or giving that hit. Obviously something that you want to try and avoid, but it was a scary hit, to say the very least. Do with that what you will. I'm sure everybody is going to have their own opinions on it, but it was a very scary, unfortunate situation to be in, and I'm very, very pleased that Brendan O'Donnell is doing well and that he is okay and 100% and not obviously anything worse than that. So that was one that put the Rapids in the gutter a little bit. They would end up going down on the penalty kill. Jack Brown gets 5 minutes and a game misconduct, so he is out. His night is done. And shortly after, at the end of the period, Pick 2 does not like that, right? Ben Wallace retaliates. He gets back, and he takes a 2 and a 10 for blow to the head. Now, both teams, this is going to be 4-on-4 for the next little while, just to start the second period. Now, this is a game where, of course, tempers flared up, and we saw this. We saw this from the start, that you knew it was going to be a very physical matchup, but obviously with those really tough, with that tough hit, with those tempers flaring up at that point, it's understandable that you're going to go and try and retaliate for your teammate, but this is one of those situations where you just have to kind of bite the bullet, and yes, this happened. Now you've got to kill off a 5-minute penalty coming up. Yes, Pictou also got the equalizer, so they are. It's going to be 4-on-4 for a couple minutes, but still, it's a penalty, and you're down nonetheless. So the second period starts. Drew Madigan buries it on the power play and puts the Crushers up 3-2. This is when things start to unravel a little bit. So Owen Arnold and Preston Pattengale would get the other 2 goals, putting the Crushers up 5-2. Then the Rapids would strike back. Once again, Nick Brennan with his second of the game on what was a beautiful goal. Madigan takes another penalty, and Grand Falls goes on the man advantage once again. Nothing comes from that. Third period begins, and Derek Bird with a snipe. A beautiful, beautiful goal from Derek Bird. And he has done an amazing job, especially the last couple of games, where he is on a scoring pace. You can't, once he starts scoring, he's not going to stop. You've awakened the demon now, so this is something that you're going to have to watch out for. This is a moment where I think the momentum was built up, but it was also kind of killed at the same time. Jeremy Dastu with what would have been the tying goal to send this game to overtime was waved off, and it was a little bit of confusion because the call on the ice was a goal, but with the referees, they had their conference, and it was waved off. So it was a little bit confusing there because there isn't anything to really go off of there. Goal was called back, and the momentum was halted, causing the Crushers to win 5-4. So a heartbreaking loss for the Grand Falls Rapids. However, they do have a lot of chances left to make up some points here. We were talking a little bit in the pregame about how it's going to be a really tight race and how they don't have a whole lot of time to do that, but they do have a couple of games before Christmas to get that going. They've got Summerside next Thursday, December 5th. They are in Summerside, followed by another game where they are in West Kent on Friday, December 6th. And then they are in Campbellton on Sunday, December 8th. 3 road games in a row where they are going to be able to get some points and make up some ground to gain an advantage and try to get ahead and catch the Miramichi Timberwolves, who are currently 12 points in front of them with a win today. Something that you obviously want to try and minimize that gap, but that's all you can do for right now is just to play the best that you can and make sure that you are starting on time, putting those goals in the net and not allowing those early chances. And above all else, stay out of the box and don't feed into what those other teams are giving you. So with that being said, it's going to be a bit of a short one today, but there is lots of opportunity to talk about the games that are coming up. The next home game will be on December 11th. It is a Wednesday night game. With the Grand Falls Rapids, they take on the Campbellton Tigers in an intense division rivalry matchup. You're going to see that it is going to be a crazy physical game. I would guess that it's going to be another high-scoring one. And from start to finish, hopefully they will put up a fight and not let go and not let their foot off the Tigers' neck from there. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell notification for all future content, and we will see you in the next one when the Grand Falls Rapids pregame show presented by Bellefleur Tire Shop is on Wednesday, December 11th.